Welcome.
How are you?
Good, how are you? I had a bit of the same moment this morning when I tried to sign in a few minutes early, anticipating some of those issues. And Valeria's like, it's not time yet. I was like, oh, okay. I caused my own problem.
Take your turn. I was pleased to find out I actually was doing everything correctly, but my password was wrong. And your password is your first name, and I have noticed in multiple places on these screens my name is misspelled.
Oh, with one S, right?
One N. So use the so I misspelled the word in the password. I was like, okay, there it goes.
Oh, good.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, busy morning already. Been at my desk.
Yeah. You said you were afraid you were going to run over, so getting to me a couple minutes early was either it went really well or really not. So.
Neutral, but it was just an early start after a late night for work too.
I hear you. I hear that.
And I know we're all pretty busy. I think your idea to still record is a good one if you want to.
Yeah. We're about 3 minutes after at this point, and we don't have any participants just yet. So if we don't have anybody by 8:05, what do you think of turning off the live stream? I'll just take Bibliostar and the date off the thing, and off we go, and we can just run through.
Sure. Do you have a coffee nearby?
No, I drank it early.
Are you a coffee person? Or did you tell me you're a tea?
I drink it because I don't want to drink tea because I put too much sugar in my tea. For coffee, I can use artificial sweetener. I don't know. It's a little quirk.
Everybody has their own quirks.
And now the dog is barking.
Oh, can't hear it. You're so good about using your AIP background. I never use them.
Oh, I was gonna blur it because I've been spoken to before about that, but I didn't like that. I figured we're external, so I'll use this one.
No, you're right. If there were actual people here, I might I should blur mine. But I think you're familiar with the wall behind me at this point.
Yep. It's all good. It's all good. So, well, I don't want to. Just holding out. But I think we might not get anybody just because it's late on their second day and people might be kind of done, but we'll see.
I think that's a generous explanation, but yes.
Lightness and sunshine. It's my new mantra. Some days are better than others.
We had a very rough day yesterday with discrepancy, but it was very unfair, and some assessments were made upon my team and I from an external source. And
yeah, just I'm not sure if the live stream is recorded, so just maybe we'll take it offline. I don't want to like cut you off. I
didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're recording the live stream because I have the record button here, so I didn't hit that yet. But we are in the universe somewhere. But we'll chat in a few. All right, it's 8:06. What do you think we take off the live stream? And
if somebody wants to, we might see somebody knocking at the door, as it were.
I'm not sure. They might come in the middle, but then they're in the middle if they come in late.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would stop people from coming in. It just means we're not broadcasting.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get all set up before I hit the thing. Hold on. Are you seeing my screen yet or just my face?
Just you.
Just me. Okay, because I have to share my screen now. Okay. I'm going to stop the feed. Oh, no. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I do apologize. We had a technical difficulty, so thank you for your patience in waiting. I'm going to jump right in since we're running a few minutes late. Okay. So there we go. Okay, welcome everybody. Okay, I'm Susan Lowe. I'm the Assistant Marketing Manager for AIP Publishing, and I'm here with my colleague, Melissanne Scheld. She's our Senior Marketing Manager in Europe and Italy especially. We're Team Italy for AIP Publishing. So we are recording the event just for your information, and we are on the live stream. If you want to take a moment, you can put your email in the chat so we can send you more information after. We can get the recording to you and we can follow up with you. If you are comfortable, we'll continue in English or we can engage the subtitles. Just if anybody would like the subtitles, just pop that in the chat and we'll be happy to turn those on for you. Okay. If we do engage those subtitles, I do ask for your understanding if we're misquoted or there's some issues with the translations. But let's get started. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about AIP Publishing and our portfolio and performance. Then we're going to walk you through some of our newer products, including our journals and books. Then we can pause for some questions, and then I'll hand it to Melissanne, who's going to take us through transformative agreements at AIP Publishing, and then we'll have a final opportunity to pop any questions into the chat before we sign off. Okay, AIP proper is a federation of professional societies in the physical sciences, and we've been active for about 90 years. AIP Publishing was directly managed by AIP until 2013 when we broke off. So both organizations were mission-based, were not-for-profit, with the goal of serving the global scientific, physical science community. Our role is really community-focused. We serve scientists all over the world and we connect them to services, tools, platforms that really expand the impact and reach of their work. And we are committed to ensuring that those building blocks of their discoveries are preserved, presented, and promoted. So that's kind of our mission here at AIP Publishing. Another newer mission we have is being committed to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. And I included a quote from our new CEO, Alex Vance, here in this slide that just gives our overall idea of what that looks like for our company. So a little bit about our portfolio. This graphic, it shows the types of publications in our journal portfolio. We have 12 journals that are published in partnership with some of the most well-respected physical science organizations in the world. We publish Physics Today, which is the most widely read physics magazine. And our content platform, Citation, houses over 1 million articles. And through all of these publications, we reach nearly 4,000 institutions, 230 countries, and with over 41 million abstracts and 38 million articles downloaded every year. So we're very active. And not featured here in this graphic are our books. I'll get into those in depth in a couple slides, but we have over 50 titles published so far across 3 collections, also available on Citation. Okay, here we can see the impact of our journals. We have many journals that rank in the top 5 of disciplines across the physical sciences, and we're ranked number 1 and number 2 in atomic, molecular, and chemical physics, and we're number 1 in acoustics. And although our portfolio is compact, our journals are influencers in their respective fields. Okay, and our portfolio does span a broad area of subject areas as well as corporate applications or applications out in the real world. Okay, Melissanne, did you have anything to add about our portfolio before I move along?
Oh, keep going, Susan, you're doing great.
Oh,
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about our product overview. If there's anything along the way that I didn't mention that you may be curious about, please feel free to pop it in the chat, and we will answer questions as we go along. Okay. So 2 of our newest journals are BPR and CPR. They were recently launched, and they're part of our reviews collection, and I always get this title incorrect, APR. I have to use my acronyms, APR. And Applied Physics Reviews, thank you. So these journals are related to them. They're in part of the same collection, and they do have the same editorial oversight. And our APR journal is really very influential. I think it's number 2 or number 3 in the industry, and they do have an impact factor of over 19. So these 2 journals are posed to be as influential as those. You'll see I just listed some of the topics that these journals cover, but they both report important scientific results, and they cover experimental and theoretical research. Our other recently published journal is the AVSQ Quantum Science, and this journal focuses on this quickly developing area of research, and all the areas that it covers are listed here. It's published in partnership with AVS, and that's one of AIP's member societies. I think that's everything about the 3 journals. Melissanne, did I not? I'm going to check in with you to make sure I got everything we should cover.
These are our 3 most recently launched journals, and I think it's great to remind everyone of the importance of Applied Physics Reviews, APR, since that is such a premier journal. So thank you for covering all that.
Okay. So now I'm going to talk a bit about our new book program. Our books, when we looked into developing a book program, our market research really showed us that there were 2 use cases that weren't being covered by the STM book market at that time. And that was to maintain proficiency in an area of expertise and to grasp concepts quickly for those scientists moving into new areas of research. So that's really where we focused our collection. And then through that focus, we came up with these different types of book types, and they cover different questions. So principles are fundamentals and basic foundational knowledge books, and they really answer what you need to know for that researcher. Methods cover how to design, build, measure their best practices, analytics, and how to really use that data that's coming out of the lab. Our professional books are more focused on giving professional guidance to they're teach the teacher books. So they teach physicists how to teach other physicists. Our perspectives books are written by experts in their field, and they are really geared for other experts in their field. They're high level, they talk about an interesting topic, and they're really for professionals. And finally, we have archive. And our archive books are books that were in print from the AAPT previously, and we've brought them into citation, and we've digitized them and updated them. So they really asked what happened before. Okay, you'll see the subject areas and the industries where our books are applied. They're very closely aligned with our journal portfolio, so that was on purpose because we want to keep doing what we're good at. So these are our best subject areas, so that's where we focus the topics of our books. And then finally, key features of our books. I keep mentioning citation. That's our content platform where all our publishing is housed. And if you search on a topic for books, you'll get all your journals, all the journal results will come back, as well as book topics will come back. So they are DRM free. We have multiple formats, so you can either read them online, download them in a reader, however the researcher is comfortable. They are IP authenticated, and we do have full mark records for everything. And just a special mention for our Italian audience, we do have a new book that's coming soon. It's due to publish sometime, I think, late November, early December. And this book is by an Italian team out of the University of Florence and the University of Perugia. I'm sorry if I killed that name, but there they are. So that was just a little note of special interest. So that's our book program, our portfolio. Are there any questions? Before I hand it over to Melissanne, and she's going to walk us through transformative agreement. All right. Okay, Melissanne.
Thank you, Susan. And thanks to the folks who are joining us today. It's my pleasure to spend some time at Bibliostar. Last year, right before the pandemic started, Bibliostar in Florence was supposed to be my first business trip for AIP Publishing. I just joined the company early last year, had barely started when the pandemic shut all travel down. So I haven't been able to meet many of you in person. So I'm happy to have an opportunity to chat a little bit today. And I do hope that you will reach out. We are working on 2022 renewals. You'll be hearing from me, you'll be hearing from Susan, who handles all marketing in Italy. But please do check in, just drop me a note to introduce yourself. Starting next year, 2022, we will be traveling more. Hopefully I'll be coming to your campus and we can say hi in person, but I look forward to working with all of you. One of the things that I spend a lot of time on, because I work in Europe, are transformative agreements, specifically read and publish deals. AIPP is committed to open science and to open publishing, and we are working with some of the largest consortia and a handful of individual leading research institutions to present read and publish agreements so that authors have a seamless way of working with AIP at no cost to them. We're trying to transform what had been traditional costs for reading, migrating them into costs for publishing. If you have any interest, if you are an individual institution, by all means, please contact me. Susan has our emails at the end of this presentation. Reach out to me and I can speak specifically about what a read and publish agreement might look like on your campus. We are in conversations with some of the larger consortia in Italy, and we do hope to bring more read and publish, more transformative agreements to Italy starting next year. We have worked very closely with librarians and researchers to come to present a workflow that makes life very easy for everyone, not overly complicated. And on our website, we have a walkthrough how an administrator for read and publish agreement would be able to track articles, would be able to approve and potentially reject articles to be counted into that institution's agreement. We have information on our website. Again, our website, as Susan just mentioned, is citation.org. On our website, we have information for user guide, why an author might want to publish in a read and publish agreement, and then how to do it. And it is no different than traditional submission process. We've worked very hard to make the process easy, the process transparent. We also work closely with institutions once there is a read and publish program on that campus. We work closely with the right contact folks to make sure that researchers know about the program, that they know that their institution is supporting them and covering their APCs. And then we want to share that information across campus and across the research ecosystem so that all know about this program once you have it on your campus. Susan, if you wouldn't mind. As I mentioned, half of our program is getting a read and publish agreement in place. Complicated sometimes, but shouldn't be. Many institutions now have multiple agreements, and as AIPP has multiple agreements, there are some commonalities that we're working towards. But once we have an agreement on place, and once we feel authors understand it, understand the value of publishing open science, understand the support that their institutions are offering them, then Susan and her colleagues work very hard to drive awareness, and we partner up with institutions to drive that awareness across campus. Susan?
Okay. That brings us to the end of our prepared portion of the slides. I'm not sure our participants, Melissanne, can actually use the chat.
Oh, is that right? Okay, I didn't
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry. There was a little technical misunderstanding at the beginning. So we do again extend our apologies for that.
Right.
But here I've listed our contact details. We're very happy to work with you if you want to work through Melissanne, if you have any need to promote usage on your campus. We're very happy to partner with you to do that, and you can either contact me directly or work through Melissanne to do that. And if we'd love to hear from you after this event, please do reach out. We're here for you and your institutions. And Melissanne, you want to give a few parting words?
I do. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with the journals that AIP publishes, and we can certainly share deeper insights into those journals. But the books program is brand new, and I'd love to be able to share pricing if anybody is interested in a quote for our books collections. And of course, as I mentioned, the transformative agreements, read and publish. If that's something that's interesting to your campus, please write to me at the email here, and we can start a conversation about how a read and publish might look on your campus for this coming year, 2022, or maybe 2023, whichever seems to make the most sense. Love to hear from you, love feedback. Susan just said, we're here to support you. We're here to work together. We are your partners, and we look forward to meeting all of you.
Okay. Thank you all for staying with us through our technical difficulties at the beginning, and thank you for your attention. We